Hi, welcome in. It's Shaped by Kate. Today we are going to shape up our wrists since we use them in everyday life. When we get up away from the floor or even if we fall down. And we use them a lot in yoga for arm balances, planks, side planks, and it is great for your grip strength. So this is the perfect warm-up or maybe just flow for those who maybe have weak or achy wrist or you just need that little extra warm-up. So let's get on our hands and knees. Our shoulders are going to be stacked over our hands. If at any point it gets a little too heavy, you can just walk the hands back and sort of bring the weight to your knees and toes just to take the weight away from your hands. If not, bring it back to your tabletop. Let's start out with some wide circles, shoulders just making a circle around your hands. Beautiful. Switch directions. Good. Find stillness. And let's go ahead and flip the fingertips back towards our knees. And we're just going to rock forward and back. If just holding this pose feels great, then just stay there. Or you can rock forward and back. Good. Then we're going to flip the fingertips to the edges of your mat and just rock side to side. Good. Once you're done with that, you can sort of do some oval shapes around your wrist. And switch directions. Beautiful. Bring your fingertips back to face the front of your mat. Let's do a counter pose. So now flip one back hand to the earth. Stay here if that feels good enough for you, or find a roundness in the spine. Tuck the chin. So find that deep roundness from your spine, neck, shoulder, and wrist. And then maybe bring it to the fingertips. Curl your fingers in. And release. Flip the palms, switch back hands. Round out the spine. Exhale, curl the fingers in. Good, and release. Let's take a little weight away from our hands. Find a child's pose. Flip your palms to the sky. Think about pressing your thumbs to the outer edges of your mat. Good, now we're just going to flip the palms back down and then flip them open. Just practicing that rotation in your wrist. Beautiful. Now slide the fingertips back, flip the palms to the sky, let your forearms sink to the yoga mat. Curl the fingers in, and then flex your fist into your wrist. Good, let it release. Stretch the fingertips. Curl them in, hug the wrist into your arm, and practice this a couple more times. Beautiful. Inhale. Come back up into your tabletop position. We're going to practice distributing our weight on our palms. So a lot of times when I see people in tabletop or even a plank, it's kind of a very passive or inactive pose where we're just kind of hanging on our shoulder joints and hanging on the heels of our hands. So much so where I could lift the fingertips, and that's where you're going to get a lot of pain in the wrist and that need to come out of that plank pose. So what we're going to do instead is bring the weight to the palm and the 10 finger pads. And you're almost going to grip them together to the center point of your palm so that some of your middle knuckles will come off of the earth. Now, it doesn't have to be super intense unless you're in a really intense arm balance pose, like maybe a handstand or something. But when you're just in a plank, they maybe come off gently, if not at all. So in that pose, go ahead and lengthen the legs back, find your plank, and feel that little lift from the shoulders. So now your palms and wrists are actively helping you in that plank pose. Beautiful. Rest down. And then our final pose for today for this warm-up, we're going to flip the fingertips back. You're going to shift your shoulders forward past or in line with the heel of your hand. And you're going to think about bending your elbows back in a push-up or a chaturanga position. So if you feel like there's no space to bend the elbows back, you can sort of walk your knees and shoulders forward, bend the elbows. If you've never really stretched this part, you probably won't see a bend in your elbows. The first time I ever did this pose, I couldn't even think about bending my elbows back. But if you do this pose every day for about 1 to 2 weeks, you'll find that generous bend in your elbows. So there doesn't need to be any forcing or tightness right here. Just go as far as your forearms allow. Good. Go ahead and release. Gently curl the fingers in, flex your wrist down, and just gently roll them out in a seated position. So just taking some weight away from the hands. Then once they've sort of cooled down, you can shake out the wrist. And then you're ready for your arm balancing yoga or maybe your workout. If that was maybe very wrist heavy for you, then take a 1 to 5 minute break before you start your workout. Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching.